Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden, or really I should say welcome back to my kitchen. I am not outside today, even though it is an absolutely beautiful day and I want to be outside, and the bunny is outside hopping around and I can see her just having a lovely time, but that is okay. I am inside. I am getting some stuff done inside that I've kind of been putting off for a little too long, and it's actually the perfect day because we have an electrician here today working on my office slash plant room slash old master closet, which is no longer going to be used as my master closet. So for those of you who don't know, I changed my master walk-in closet. It is not big at all, but I changed it to my office, a place that I can go and I can close my door and I can record and I can edit my videos. We have a very small house here in California. It's, I think it's 1,600 square feet. I don't know. It's 3 bedrooms, small bedrooms. So we just don't have any space. So what I had been doing is working out on the kitchen table. That just doesn't really work with kids. So I talked to Jason and he was so sweet and he agreed, and we transformed my master closet into my office. Then I had extra room in there because, a desk only takes up so much space. So I put my seed starting shelves in there, and that's where I've been filming my, my master gardener recaps and things like that. So when you have plant shelves, I'm sure all of you know this, seed starting shelves, plant shelves, all those lights, there are tons of plugs that you have to plug in. And unfortunately, the lights, the grow lights that I bought, you cannot daisy chain them together, which I would totally recommend. If you guys are gonna buy grow lights, get the ones that you can daisy chain together, which means like one grow light plugs into the next grow light. And that grow light can plug into the wall because it just saves on how many plugs you need to plug in. So I have, 12 plugs or something that I need to plug in, plus my computer charger, plus my microphone, plus my light. There's all these things that I need to plug in. So what we're actually, I feel so silly saying this, but we're actually getting outlets installed in my office slash master closet. So it is now officially my office. It's a tiny office. I was gonna say it's a tiny closet, but it is a tiny office, but it is so useful for me and this new business that I'm doing these days, and I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun doing the channel and Instagram and all that fun stuff. And so I'm really committing to it. And I think that having an office, having it all set up is really going to help me. Whenever you have a job, you need to have a good place to work, and working on the kitchen table doesn't always work. Anyway, so the electrician is here, so he's working. So I kind of wanted to be inside. So if he had any questions for me, I would be available for him. So the other day, Jason and I went to the flower field, and just as a little recap with that, in January, it rained for about 3 weeks straight, and then another week off and on here in Northern California. So it rained absolutely nonstop. I went out to the flower field. The flower field is a piece of property that I am borrowing from a neighbor's family about 10 minutes away from me. And I did a bunch of fall sowing, cool flower method sowing. So I had all these flowers sown out there and I was all excited about them. And then it started raining and raining and raining and raining. And I went out there to check on them early in January, and I basically sunk into the ground. Like it was just a mud puddle. And I think from that day, I knew it wasn't gonna work. I kind of had a feeling like it's just too much rain. It's just too much rain for our soil. I was just kind of dreading the inevitable. I knew kind of what was going to happen. So Jason and I went out there the other day just to see if we can kind of salvage anything, see if anything was still growing, see if we could deal with the weeds, see if we could just deal with it. Now, I haven't been able to get out there because it's been so wet, and that gave the weeds time to grow. And I didn't do any weed cloth, landscape cloth. I didn't do anything like that, right? Because this is all new for me. And now I see why people use that weed cloth and stuff like that. So we went out there to try and tackle the weeds. And, so I started taking video, and then I decided I wasn't going to show the whole video to you guys because it was kind of like, I didn't want it to be a tragedy video because it wasn't very good. So let me show you a couple clips right now. So the last time I was out here was about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, when we were having all those rainstorms. And you can see my fence has basically fallen over. You guys see that? And then, yeah, there's pretty much a lawn going on. I don't know if anything has survived. I'm like trying not to get too worked up about it, too upset about things not surviving. But yeah, there's just no way I could have been out here to pull these weeds when it was so muddy. At least I'm not sinking in right now, not sinking into the ground. So that's really good. You can see this row right here. This is the row that I came out and I started trying to address when it was raining that day. And it looks a lot better. But I just have so much more to do. So Jason and I, we're just going to spend 2 hours and we're going to pull as many weeds as we possibly can and see what's alive and see what I need to reseed. Yeah, like even coming through here, you've done that much and I've done like 4 feet. Right. Not even.
Right. You just drew the short straw. You got the worst winter ever to try to do a project like this.
Yeah. All right, so new plan. This is kind of what I feared would happen, but it's true. Like I'm looking through, the only thing I'm finding are dead seedlings. My seedlings drowned. I mean, maybe there's like 1 or 2 hiding in here, but we cannot find them at all. The only thing I can find are my sweet peas. And so that's what I've been doing for the past, I think we've been here like 45 minutes, is just trying to uncover my sweet peas. You can see they're here, they're still there. They're not looking super hot. So this is what it normally looks like. So you can see this one's coming up. So I'm going to keep this whole row of my sweet pea seedlings, but then everything else all over here, Jason and I think we're just going to start over. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Don't you think, babe?
Probably.
It's just kind of not worth it. So I was looking over here. So you can see here, these are stock. These are my stock, and these are the ones that I cleaned up when I came out here on that rainy day. And we have a dead seedling. We have no seedling to be found there. We have another dead seedling there. So you guys can kind of see my point. Here's a dead seedling right there. It just didn't work. This winter was just probably too much for these guys. It was too much rain and they just couldn't handle it, these poor things. So I'm just going to cut my losses because, there's no point to, to kind of go around here and pull weeds by hand for dead seedlings that aren't even going to survive anyway. So that's okay. I'm just going to start over. I'm going home today and I'm going to reseed all these seedlings. But all these, or should I change the ones I'm doing? I don't know. I'll have to think about it. So you can kind of see from those clips, it wasn't the best day out at the flower field. It was a gorgeous day, actually. It was really beautiful after we had so much rain. It was blue skies. It was really nice to be out there and nice to hang out with Jason, and get some fresh air. But it was just like, the more we were out there, both he and I were just like, what are we doing? What are we doing out here? Nothing, every time that we would start working in an area and try and clear out some of the weeds, we would realize that most of the seedlings had perished. They had drowned or, I don't know what, they got too much water. I think that they got suffocated because the ground was it was overly saturated, right? And, there's just nothing you can do about that. Plus all the weeds, Lisa Mason Ziegler, who does the Cool Flower Method book, her recommendation for when you have weeds like that, when you're dealing with a flower field, is to get out there once a week, use a hoe and just cut the tops of the weeds off. And that's what I do in my cut flower garden right in my front yard. But I live here and it's really easy for me to walk out there when it's a little bit dry. The thing I didn't think about this flower field being in the middle of a field is I had to drive my car out there. And so I have to drive my car onto the field. And I was getting really nervous that day that I went out there and I was just sinking into the mud. I didn't want to get my car stuck out there. So, you know, there's just some things, and I'm hesitant. I want to show you guys my experience and all the ups and the downs, but I also don't want to dissuade any of you from trying this and trying the cool flower method and trying the cut flower gardening, because these are just my learning mistakes, my newbie mistakes. So I'm going to share them with you, but I also don't want to say like, oh, this didn't work. I give up. I'm done. I'm not done. I'm definitely not done. I'm just learning, I would say. So anyway, so that was the day. That was about a week and a half ago, and I haven't done anything since then. I have to be honest, I came home and I cried, and I was just so sad because I had done all that hard work in the fall and sowing all those seeds, and a lot of those seed packets, I had used up all of the seeds. So a lot of those varieties I'm just not going to be able to try this year, you know, and like snapdragons, they take 8 to 10 weeks to grow. And so, you know, I don't get to do the snapdragons this year. Luckily, Robbie from Visit Our Garden, he has a YouTube channel on here. He lives about an hour north of me, and he contacted me on Instagram and offered me a whole bunch of his Lysianthus starts. Oh, I'm so excited. So I have to coordinate with him, but I'm going to go up to see his garden. Hopefully I can give you guys a tour. And I want to talk him into, there's a stone company that he always goes to when I watch his channel. And I really want to go visit them too. So, and then I have all these seedlings. This is my seed saver kit that I got from, Gardener Supply. I was going to say Garden Answer. No, that's not right. Gardener Supply. My seed saving kit that I got from Gardener Supply, and I love it. And as I was opening it, I realized I have a ton of seeds that I can choose from. Not all is lost. I just kind of have to readjust my plans for this year. So, you know, this is all part of it. I'm a fairly new cut flower gardener. You know, I've been doing it for a couple years, but just on a very small scale. It's all a learning experience. And I hope you guys get that from these videos, not to discourage you, but to learn from my mistakes. How about that? So here is my mess. I've taken up the entire kitchen table today. I need to finish before the girls get home from school because they're going to want to do their homework and eat their snack and all that kind of stuff. So I need to wrap this up fairly soon. But the one thing by getting all of these out of the seed saver kit is that I realized how many flower seeds I actually already have. So it's I don't have to worry about not getting any. I might not get the exact ones that I want to try. Like these are all the flower seeds these are empty. These are all the ones that I used in the fall when I did my fall sowing. So most of these perished, but I still have a ton more. Those are flower seeds. Those are flower seeds. These are all flower seeds. These are all flower seeds. These are my vegetable seeds. You can kind of see the difference. You can see I am definitely flower centric type of a gardener. So this seed saving kit, it came with these seed envelopes. I actually ended up purchasing these from like Amazon. They were so cheap, and I really like having them. So then when I collect my seeds, I can just put them in this thing, write it, and then save it, and then maybe sometimes use it or just leave it in this big, massive seed saver kit. I am studying my worm composting. I am planning to start my worm composter hopefully later today or tomorrow, but I'm just taking a bunch of the notes. This book is super, super helpful, so I have it linked in my Amazon store. So then the other funny thing is I went and I purchased seeds from Johnny's, because that's obviously where I like getting my seeds. And what I did is I picked out all the seeds that I wanted, and I put them all in my cart. So it was like, oh, I like that one, and I put it in my cart. I like this one, I put it in my cart, with the intention of going back to my cart on the Johnny's website and taking, like fine tuning them. So I fine tuned them, but I just didn't take out the ones that I decided I didn't want. So I actually have tons and tons of flower seeds that I can still use that I've never tried before. Like I have this Rubenza Cosmos. Let's see, I have Chocolat Sunflower. I'm excited to try that one. Strawberry Blonde Sunflower. I've tried this before. I really like that one. Let's see, what else do I have? So anyway, these are going to be my fillers. I have Green Mist Ami, Persian Crest. This is one, I don't know how many seeds I have enough, yeah. I sowed these in the fall, so I tried to do those already. So I'll just do that again. Mrs. Burns Lemon Citrus Basil. I love this one, you guys. It just smells so good. And then this one. Have you guys heard of it? This is the one that I put in my cart because I thought it was interesting. And then I forgot to take it out. So I ended up buying it on accident. But I'm kind of excited to try it. Let's see. So then I have my sunflowers. These are my zinnias. This is Purple Prince I got from my friend Olivia. Benary's Giant Bright Pink. I did that last year. Benary's Giant Coral. And this is that Cosmo. And then Sensation Mix, the classic one. This is the Purple Gomphrena that I harvested myself. I love this one. And then I have the Carmine to try. Then I have Echinacea. I'm just showing you guys these so you can see what I'm thinking of sowing today. Flamingo Feather Celosia. This is another one like this. What is this? Gypsophilia. I have to look that one up. I put this in my cart as well, and then I forgot to take it out. So that's a benefit. And then I really wanted to do these giant marigolds this year. I think that will be so cool to have those in summer bouquets. So I'm excited about those. And then one of them that I was really disappointed in losing were my campanula. I really wanted to try growing campanula this year. And so these, I don't even know how much. I think there's a couple of them left. I've never grown campanula or bellflower before. So I just don't know if it's going to be too hot by the time they germinate and start growing. Now that I'm so late, I'm only about 3 weeks out from my last frost date. So it's like, let's see, what does this say? 6 to 8 weeks before planting out. So I'm going to be late for sure, but I think that I'm still going to try it. I'm going to see how it does. And then I have Mahogany Splendor Hibiscus, Coral Fountain Amaranth, Mixed Broom Corn. I did this last year, but I didn't give it enough time to totally mature. And then Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth. So you see, I have a really good mix. It's not very organized. I don't think I really have time to organize it. I don't even think I'm going to film the seed sowing for you guys because I don't want to bore you. And what I mean by that is I feel like I just did a seed starting video, and this is kind of like fixing my mistake seed starting. So I will do other seed starting videos that are a little bit more fun. And really, I kind of just want to get it done. I just want to get them sown. I keep putting this off. I should have done this on January 31st when we went out there, but my mindset just wasn't in the right place. So I feel a little bit better now. Now I can go through and I can sow all these seeds. And yes, they're probably going to be late, but I think it's going to be fine, especially because we have such a long growing season here in Zone 9B where I live, that I think it's going to be totally fine. The only thing I'm going to miss out on are those cool season flowers that need the cool weather. And then once it gets too hot, they, fizzle out. I think all of those I'm not going to be able to do this year, but that is okay. So after I sow them all, I'm going to go ahead and put them in my office. And speaking of my office, the electrician is done. He left. Let me show you what he did. Okay, everything is kind of a mess right now. You can see my desk is in our bathroom. Yes, you have to come through my master bathroom to get to my office, which is weird, but that's what we're working with here. So here is my office. My desk usually goes right here, but you can see what he did. He added this double switch. He saw all my cords that I have right here. You can see all of these. They all go to my lights and they all come down here. He was like, would you like me to do a double one over here? And I said, yes, absolutely, please. And then he also put another one in right there. So that's for this plant shelf that I have. And then this plant shelf, I'll just kind of snake behind the desk right there. And then I think that should work perfectly. So today I kind of just wanted to give you guys an update on the flower field, what's going on with my office. You can see it definitely was closet. I have hooks right there, and I have it's so embarrassing. I should not be putting this on YouTube. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm really glad that I have it. I'm glad that he added these plugs. Now I've got to get all these super petunias out into my greenhouse so that I have more room under the grow lights for all my new seedlings that I'm going to go sow right now. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get into your garden today.